Welcome to our sanctuary, renovated and COVID-friendly. We're going to take the Torah out to introduce the new book that we're beginning to read. As you know very well, we just finished the book of Genesis, the first book of the Torah, and we're about to begin the second. And it's most interesting to see how one book ends and the other begins. And in doing so, I'm going to review the basics of the Sefer Torah, how the scroll is made. You can see very well here how we are ending Bereshit with the word Mitzrayim and beginning Shemot, the book of Exodus. The sofer has to find the parchment from a kosher animal. The kosher animal could be a bull or a cow. We are fair, so it can be bull or cow, or it can be a deer, and also a female or male. And he cuts about 80 pieces of this leather, it's going to be dry, and is going to have 248 columns. And the more traditional Sifrei Torah, 42 lines up and down. And he's going to start. It's going to take him about a day a column, and then you get a year, because you work 248 days, and then you have Shabbatot and Chagim that you don't work, so you get a year there of work. Parashiot per book are almost the same, similar, 11, 10, 12 parashiot per book. And here we begin the story. We end with Joseph. Joseph is put in a sarcophagus in Egypt, and we begin with a new name. The name is Moshe, whether we're not sure where that word comes from, most likely an Egyptian word, though the Torah makes the point to say that Moshe is because, the name is because he was taken from the water, but we know that that's not necessarily correct, that there is some Egyptian root to that name. Makes a lot of sense. Why would Pharaoh's daughter name a child with a Hebrew name? The story, of course, is presented in the book of Shemot, in the first Parasha, from the beginning of his life, of Moses' life, all the way until he gets married and ready to come back with his brother and begin nudging Pharaoh to get the people of Israel out of Egypt. 430 years approximately have elapsed between the time Jacob and Joseph's brothers moved to Egypt to survive the famine of Canaan. So this is our Torah portion of this Shabbat, Shabbat Parashat Shemot. And on this particular Shabbat, we will have our own Gerald Gum to give a sermon, a talk. This is the Shabbat of life and legacy, and we're going to acknowledge people that are so nice and so generous with the resources to contribute to the future of Jewish life in Rochester. And also our own Ellen Commissar will do the Haftarah. So, if you want to learn more about Torah, about Haftorah, about our classes, please subscribe here, or here, and press the button. Shabbat Shalom.